do you approach your aging parents when they're in denial about their current health issues? I'm Jenny Reynolds with Graceful Guidance, and I'm going to give you 3 tips today on talking with your parents about their health issues when they are clearly in denial about the issues. So this topic actually came up for me today when I was with a client at his doctor's appointment, and he shared a symptom, heartburn, that he's been having for a while. And I said to him, it's funny you hadn't mentioned this to me at all. And we talk very regularly about his health and any concerns going on and that kind of thing. And he commented that he's recently, perhaps it's one of his spurts of denial, in which we go through spurts of denial where we just like to ignore one of our health issues, or pretend that it's not there, or pretend that we are younger and healthier than we actually are. And so I think that happens a lot also with our aging parents. And so I wanted to talk about ways to talk to your aging parents when they have a spurt of denial. So I have 3 tips. My first tip is don't push it, but follow up. So when I'm working out, and I am, lifting weights or something like that, and I haven't done it in a while, and I decide, I'm just going to lift weights today, and that's a great idea. Well, if I push it, I'm going to hurt myself. And in the same way, if you push it when you are pushing an issue that your parents in denial about, it's probably going to hurt your relationship with them. So I wouldn't suggest to do that. I think in general, it's good to just follow up in 2 or 3 weeks. So come back to it at a later time. Unless, for example, this is the 3rd time you've brought it up and they're bleeding or they're wincing in pain all the time, then maybe you want to push it. But in general, I would say don't push it. Just wait and follow up 2 or 3 weeks down the road and bring it up again. My second tip on how to approach your parents, your aging parents, when they're in denial about one of their health issues that you're noticing, is that you want to give them grace. That's a theme I hold for myself and my clients. But I think I say that because we like to think of ourselves as higher functioning than we actually are. For example, I like to think that I go out for a walk for exercise 5 days a week. And if my doctor asked me, that's probably what I'd say, about 5 days a week. But realistically, some weeks it's 3 days a week, some weeks it's 4, some weeks it's 2, some weeks it's probably less. And realistically, that's not always the case. I also like to think of myself as eating a lot of vegetables, like butternut squash. Like if you ask me how many vegetables I eat in a day, I would love to tell you 4 or 5. But are there days I definitely am only eating 1 or 2 vegetables? Yes. So I think that's the same thing when we bring up with our parent, like, I notice, Mom, you are having a hard time hearing me, It's very easy to say, no, I hear fine most of the time. I think I don't have an issue. I'm sorry if you do, but I don't have a hearing problem. That's not uncommon. And I think we need to give our parents grace in that sense. The same way if you're noticing your dad's more wobbly lately, or he's had a fall, or he's tripped on something on the carpet, again, you don't want to get right in your aging parent's face, and but it's important to give them grace and know that likely they're also paying attention to that health issue, and likely it makes them uncomfortable, and so we need to give them a bit of grace. That's my second tip. Third tip. Ask questions. Be curious. So, a lot of times it's important not to pressure people into, you have to address this health issue right now. I know it's concerning, and maybe you're worried about it as the daughter or son of your parent. I might be worried about it, but that doesn't mean that I should automatically push my worry onto my loved one, or onto my mom. That's not fair. It's about me. So instead, what you can do is be curious and ask questions. For example, you're at your parents' home and you see their medications out. You're like, Mom, how do you take your meds? Do you take them out of these bottles here, or do you have something like a pill box? like this. This is how I take mine at home, you know, or say you're in your own kitchen with them. You show them. Isn't that cool? It's so helpful. Or you could say, you know, we are thinking about doing a will, and I wanted to see, have you done your will yet? And who did you do that with? Do you have an attorney that you worked with, or someone you can refer me to? And how long did it take you? How much did it cost? You know, because we want to do it for ourselves. So ask questions. If they haven't done a will and you're wondering what, you know, you could ask, well, what's the next step with your will? I heard you met with the attorney and they gave you some information. You know, what's the next step? And then just leave the topic alone. It's very possible that they are already thinking about it, but that's just a reminder. Okay, that's my next step. Do I want to do it or not? So those 3 tips that I have: when you have a parent, an aging parent that is in denial about their health issues, or as my client called it, a spurt of denial that he goes in and out of. My 3 tips are: don't push it. Follow up in 2 or 3 weeks if they aren't receptive when you first bring it up. Give them grace. We all like to think of ourselves as higher functioning than we actually are. And ask questions. Be curious. Get to know some more information that might be helpful. So I hope this is helpful. Have a great day. If you want more information about me, I am Jenny Reynolds with Graceful Guidance, and you can find out more at www.jennyeldercare.com. Thanks and have a great day.